would sit down in the usual spot. It's an unmarked car parked. It's after 12 o'clock at night. That shit not even parked straight. You know I'm hype. I've already got the car pipe lit. I had this shit lit before I even sit down. I mean, we just moved to a different location. Listen, bro. We knocked out this week. We are off today. Today's date is technically 06-1524, June 15, 2024. We are done. We missed an hour and 15 minutes of work this week. Which is basically like $12. Which is like a cigar. We missed out on one cigar this week. Or 2 ounces of tobacco. might end up getting an extra ounce next week. Instead of 4 ounces, give me 5. Yeah, I just couldn't sit over there with that unmarked car. Could have very well been a police car. You know, I'd be leaving the tobacco and cigar ashes and all that stuff over there, so they probably find out who does this. Super productive day. We did the skit, the Omaha skit with Bailey. It's still a lot of traffic, cars driving. It's a Friday night. But super productive day. Did the skit with Bailey, the Omaha, Green 42, behind the Buffalo, on ice cream. He said something, on nothing. Edit that up a couple times. Then finish the box for the first order of hand-rolled cigars. Then I gotta re-edit that. I gotta redo that edit. Put the order in for the tobacco leaves. Put the order in for the tobacco leaves. So like that's set. Now that's just a matter of rolling them and then selling them. It's already sold. It's just a matter of putting it together. Made it to work on time. Did a cigar talk before work. Got the smoke break in. Back half of work, just doing go backs, last 10 minutes. I was just, boom. I got hungry, right? I got hungry. Oh, and so before I clocked into work, there was a yellow Jeep Gladiator with the wheels that I like. And I said, that's what I'm getting next. When I did the smoke break, there was a black Jeep Gladiator. I smoked in the trunk, on the hood, around that shit. I said, I gotta do it. That shit got me excited. I was able to post that one. Then I got hungry. Now the other day, there was a Snicker in there. The other day, it was a Snicker in the vending machine. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you have, but sometimes in the vending machine, it be stuck at the end, but it be loose. So the other day, there was a Snickers in there. I shook the machine, it came out. Today I got hungry. I'm like, let me just go see if something's loose in there today. Sure enough, it's some Snickers. It's some Oreos just hanging. I started shaking and baking. But it's not coming out. And I'm low-key at this point kind of being loud because I'm really shaking the vending machine. I'm shaking this vending machine. But this time, last time I didn't record it. This time I was like, I'm going to record it. And I'm thinking it's going to be easy. Like, I had the phone in one hand and I was just shaking it like. It won't fall in. And then I started shaking a little harder. But there's rumbling and tumbling, and I'm thinking, yo, somebody might stumble on in. You know who come around the corner like Rumpelstiltskin. Asking what's all that racket, and I'm just trying to get a snackers. So I put the phone down because I really want these cookies that's brown. When I look back at the video to see how long it was, it took me over 3 minutes to win it. She don't want you to be a 1-minute man. But in that 1 minute, I make you sound like a band. I'ma beat it up like ba-rum-pa-bum-bum. Ah, ah. Smack it up like a drum. Sitting on the corner like a bum. But I got something to eat that's sweet. You eat too many sweets, you might get diabetes. I keep smoking this pipe so I can learn how to build like Archimedes. Keep smoking this pipe so I can bring country together by signing treaties. Make sure you eat your breakfast. I'm talking about the cereal Wheaties. They only give you 6 cookies. You gotta place your bet with the bookies. You better act like you're a veteran, even when you're a rookie. Because even though you just made it to the NBA, this ain't your first day picking up a basketball and shooting in the hoop. Making it go swish. Put the ball in the basket like the birds in the coop. Make sure you eat your breakfast. I'm talking about the cereal Fruit Loops. Be careful when you fart. You might got a poop. I'm getting another bowl. You know what they got up north and not down south? When you're driving on the highway, it's called tolls. Make sure you eat your sweets. I'm talking about the candy fruit rolls, Lups. Stop and smell the flower light. Stop and smell the flower. I'm talking tulips. Dude just drove by listening to Gangsta Party. Make sure you clock in to work and you're not tardy. Make sure you go to class and you're not tardy. Sometimes we still waiting on that one artist to drop a song. I'm talking Cardi. I ain't talking party. Cause he lost the game to a hot girl. Yeah, she got a fat ass, but you hope that pussy tastes like a cinnamon swirl. You tryna, this a big world. You just trying to get a nut like a squirrel. Money Long says she could do this for hours. I hope she suck. I hope she can suck dick for hours. Cause I ain't trying to bake a cake when I say flour. I ain't trying to put a bun in the oven. Be out here looking like McLovin. That's why you gotta be safe when you put that glove in. When you out here making love and we out here swimming with the dolphins. They say, when do you do this? I say often. I clock out of work and get off and do a little cigar pipe session. Booking rooms in the West End. I ain't got all the answers to your questions, but I at least know this little bit that I can mention. You gotta take your tamper and then put a fire to that light, not a damper. I ain't talking about babies when I say pamper. I'm talking Beyonce, cater to you. She named her first daughter Blue. Isn't that a wonderful hue? 'Cause those are colors. Sometimes you look at celebrities, and Kanye named his daughter North. Beyonce named her daughter Blue. Blue Who sipping Mountain Dew. Elon named his kid whatever the fuck. You just look at him and say good luck, but you know he good because his father's a billionaire, and so he's just gonna be an heir to the throne, calling people from his Mars phone. Talking about E.T. phone home. Flying in a spaceship like a drone. They can't tell real from fake and AI from clones. And all you gotta do is throw a dog a bone. And give it some attention so it doesn't feel alone. And you always make mistakes because you're accident prone. They say act your age and stop acting grown. Just sit back and smoke and get your mind blown. You gotta focus and stay in the zone. Get some land and property and assets that you can own. And make sure it's in your name so nobody else can have any claim to your fame. Make sure it's on your own so there's nobody else to blame. Cause you're gonna look around and say that's lame. They tell you to stay in your own lane. Keep your hair cut and clean. Keep your hair cut and clean. You don't need that lion's mane. You want to have a home. You want to have a home so you can listen to the rain against your window pane. And I just had to oblige to Mary J. Blige. don't know why he named it Tesla and not Elon. You know what time he on. There was this one time the bitch looked at me and she said, "You know why I call you Keon? Because you got to keep your keys on you." Which is more important, the key of the car? That's why you gotta get a keyless car. And when you in that mode, you the only one that's gonna know that code. What's more important? The key of the house. That's why you gotta get a keyless house. And the only person you might tell the code to is your spouse. When I watched Titanic, I didn't really panic. But what stuck out to me is he said, every day is an adventure. So every day that you step out the house, you venture. Make sure you talk clean or you're gonna need some dentures. You come around my house, there's gonna be some Doberman pinchers. And they gonna be there for security, but I look at them like family. Cause it's a wolf pack. And we don't operate out of lack mentality. I also got my snake, mamba mentality. I still got my games, like Mortal Kombat, Fatality. The cars are driving by. I said I still got my games, like Mortal Kombat, Fatality. You gotta learn how to create in totality. You gotta dot your I's and cross your T's. That's a formality. The way you listen to the beat, you gotta follow the melody. And you gotta make sure that you gotta make sure that you stay happy and not melancholy. So you gotta learn to have a little folly and be like old Saint Nick and stay jolly. Find you a bitch named Holly. And if they ask if you're ever gonna get married, say probably. Cause you don't know how that bitch gonna act when she off the molly. Make sure your clothes is fitted. No Abercrombie. Make sure they don't touch your crown, B. And that ain't no mention to Queen B. Cause who's the king B? Cause all the B's understand that they just building a society. And they just doing it out here in nature, wildly, proudly. And that's animalistic, not futuristic, primalistic, fragilistic, expialidocious. You want to make sure that you're out here confident and not obnoxious. You want a bitch so pretty that when you're out in public, you don't mind giving her a kiss. And say this the missus or the duchess. And that's just a little PDA. A slight little public display. That's a little PDA, a slight little public display of affection that I show each one of my bitches in a different complexion. We ain't running for president when I talk about the election. Cause I got a gang of bandits. And when I take over, just know I planned it. I got a gang of bandits. So when we take over, just know I planned it. We're gonna come in moving on business like the plane just landed. I got a gang of bandits. So when we take over, just know I planned it. We're gonna come in handling business like the plane just landed and smooth everything out like we sanded. I gotta say it better for the cheddar. So, I got a gang of bandits. It's a car driving past me, man. Let it marinate. I got a gang of, wind it back. I got a gang of bandits. So when we take over, just know I planned it. We gonna cop. I gotta make a new line. I gotta add a new line right after that. I got a gang of bandits. We don't gamble like Gambit. We come through handling business like the plane just landed, and we smooth everything out like we just sanded. When I light this joint up, the flame is blue and red. It was a red and blue. Watch. When you move a lot, sometimes you might slip and trip, but don't take that dip. So like I said, that flame is red and blue, or is it blue and red? If you planting bad seeds, then that karma, when it come, you might dread. Get a bitch from Jamaica with long hair, I mean dreads. Wake up next to a pretty bitch in bed. Hand rolling a cigar, I ain't even gotta walk to the car or walk very far. Cause all my bitches up to par. When I say golf, messed it up. When I say all my bitches up to par, I ain't talking about golf. If you go a little bit over there by Texas, you'll see a Gulf of Mexico. Make sure you get your gas. I'm not talking about at Texaco. Oh, here's one that y'all not gonna know. The wide receiver that played for the Giants, his name was Plexico. But here's one you might know. There's a dictator. His name was Castro. The person who controlled the musicians on the strings and the violins, he's the maestro. If you know, you know. Remember, go at your own pace. It's not a race. It don't matter if you go fast or slow. It's all relative, and I ain't talking about family. Because your relative might give you a sedative. And that's a true story. Because you know who's not considered one of the greatest champions with 7 rings? I'm talking Robert Horry. Bitches still don't know who their father is, so they gotta go to Maury. Or they gonna fight it out on Jerry Springer. I'm gonna meet a bitch in Germany with the last name Schrodinger. It don't matter if I'm driving a Lamborghini or the Wrangler. Gotta have a different princess passenger. But the one thing that remained consistent is my dog Bailey. You gotta get another bitch named Haley. And the bitch Christy, I don't know if that starts with a C or a K. But you wanna make sure she's smart and not ditzy. She gotta be real prissy. It'd be too common to have a bitch named Ashley, Smashly, so that you can hit the Dashly. It'll be too common to have a bitch named Brittany sitting right next with me. It'll be too common to have a bitch named Cassidy